What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, we're coming back to Slipknot. Yes, indeed, Slipknot Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bot, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Cities of the World and Samuel Owlet. They both want to see me react to this song by Slipknot called Unsainted. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, wait a second, I have heard this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by BBC Radio 1. Okay. And the video has 3.2 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Slipknot, Unsainted at BBC Maida Valley Studios for the Radio 1 Rock Show. BBC and I have this kind of love-hate relationship going. Sometimes they like me, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they block me, sometimes they don't. So I'm not really sure how this is going to go. I guess we're going to have to just wait and see. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the weirdest gig we've ever played. All right. Yeah, and I can smell you too. I'm just letting you know. Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
They sound very constrained. Like, and this is a problem that a lot of popular bands have. They're used to playing these big venues, you know, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 plus. in the audience, outdoors or indoors. Doesn't, if it's outdoors, they're probably looking at between 30 to 80,000 plus. And then they're gonna get put in this studio where you have a grand total of like maybe 100 people in there, maybe if you're lucky, if you can squeeze them in. And you can't play it. Okay, what I mean by this is, I'm not saying you can't pick up your instrument and play it the exact same way you would any of the show. No, you can absolutely do that, and it's fine. But you can't approach the show the same way. You can't approach your mix the same way. You got to adapt down to a little more of an intimate setting. I'm not saying pick up acoustic guitars and start playing an acoustic set. I'm not saying that. Play the rock set, absolutely. But you got to adjust your volumes and your levels and your tone to sound appropriate in a smaller, more compact, more intimate setting. If I'm being honest right now, Corey's getting blown out of the water. I mean, unless he has the mic right up in front of his mouth, you have a little bit of a hard time hearing him. Everything's kind of overtaking him, and that's a shame. I really hope that he realizes that. I mean, he's using great mic awareness, and if they were in a bigger venue where the sound could be distributed further and more, I think that would solve a lot of the problems. But because we are in this tight, compacted space, the sound is being tightly compacted, and as a result, he's getting overtaken a little bit. As far as the song goes, I dig the sound of the song, the drive, the energy, the intensity. It's all there, all the things I look for. So that's good. I like the song. Unfortunately, the mix is a little off. So I'm really hoping either the person running FOH is going to turn him up, or he'll realize it himself and he'll keep the mic in front of his mouth a little bit more. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Can't hear him at all. I like that switch to halftime. That feels good. I like that. You guys see what I mean though about the vocals? Like his vocals aren't properly mixed for this type of a setting. They really need to be kind of bumped up. Either they need to bump him up, or he needs to keep the mic in front of his mouth more. Whenever the mic's right in front of his mouth, you hear him clear as day, but then he brings it down or puts it away off to the side and you can barely hear him. There were a couple of spots you didn't hear him at all, and that's kind of a glaring issue, if I'm being honest. I'm digging the song still. I still like the song. Feels good. The intensity, the energy, the drive, all there. The vocals are just kind of putting me off a little bit. That's all. And it's not even what he's singing. It's all dynamics. It's all volume. It's all mic placement and mic awareness. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how this is going to go. If that keeps up, kind of a big deal. You know what I mean?
Can you feel me out there?
Yeah, we keep the mic in front of your mouth.
You think you'll get done again? I'm not your fan. You killed the saints in me. How dare you modern me? Ready?
Nice big advertising spot right there. I mean, it is their channel, so I guess they got the right to do that. Really is not a whole lot to talk about, if I'm being honest here. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it, but don't get too comfortable because I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty short review. I'll see you there and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Slipknot with Unsainted. This was a request from Cities of the World and Samuel Owlet. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be the fastest review in the history of the channel, but it's going to be pretty quick, I have a feeling. Let's start with the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I dug the song. It's not a complicated song. There's nothing all that amazing as far as songwriting goes that went into this song. It's a pretty easy song to follow along with. Weren't a whole lot of changes, weren't a whole lot of variations. Didn't even really have any changes in feel. It stayed straight across the board pretty much for the whole time, and that's okay, nothing wrong with that. But if you're asking me, is this a complex song? No. Is this an impressively written song? No. Is it an amazing song? No. I'm sorry, it's not. It is a great tune, though. It's got some great energy, great drive, great direction, great intensity. I think the intensity in the song is probably the biggest selling point for me personally, anyway. Across the board, instrumentally, everybody sounded great. I don't have a problem with anybody with how their instruments sounded. Guitars, bass, drums, even DJ. Not always the biggest fan of DJs, but when they're actually contributing in a constructive way to a song, I got no problem with them. In this case, it worked. It absolutely worked. The auxiliary percussion was nice even. The banging on the... It sounded like they were banging on some sort of a steel barrel or something like that. It sounded good, though. I dug it. My only gripe were the vocals. And here's the thing. It wasn't what Corey was singing. It wasn't even how he was singing it. I liked the vocals. The vocal lines sounded fantastic. I think the vocals, honestly, the vocal lines were probably one of the best parts of the whole song. Unfortunately, and this happens to bands, guys, it does happen to a lot of bands, where they're used to playing in bigger venues, big, huge venues, in front of 15, 18, 36, 42, 58,000 people plus. You get used to having your equipment set up in a certain way. You get used to your mixing board being set in a certain way. Your FOH gets used to having their settings in a certain way. And most difficultly, vocalists have a certain way of using their mics because they have to crank the volume on everything in these bigger settings. That includes vocals. So vocalists have a tendency to use mic awareness, which I know Corey is known for. He has great mic awareness. But in a larger setting where the volume is cranked, sometimes he has to pull back a little bit, so he lowers the mic, right? Well, here's the problem. In a smaller, more intimate setting like this, everything's changing. All the settings change. Everything comes down because we're in a smaller setting. And unfortunately, Corey was still using mic awareness as if he was in a big setting. So instead of having the volume at 8, where he has to constantly bring the mic down in front and use that mic awareness, in this case, the mic volume is at 3, and now he's doing the same thing. As a result, there were times where it was pretty hard to hear him, and also at times, there were times that we didn't hear him at all. Now, there were points where we heard the vocals just fine when he brought the mic up right in front of his mouth. Then we heard it just fine. That last chorus was probably the strongest chorus out of the whole song, simply because he had the mic up and we could actually hear him. The second chorus, there were times he completely dropped out, and that wasn't good. Unfortunately, that's kind of an issue in a live situation. So, did the score come down because of that? Yes, it did. I know that's not fair, but guys, life's not fair. Okay, it's not. It is a reality, and as a professional musician, you should be able to be aware of your surroundings and make adjustments accordingly, you know? So, I mean, but overall, though, it was still a great job. I dug the song. I would love to hear this song again. I might have to go and listen to maybe them playing the song in a larger venue, or maybe just listen to the studio recording. I personally prefer live, so I'll probably look for a performance of this song in a bigger venue with more people where everything's turned up, so his mic awareness makes more sense. Then again, I may be able to find one. I may have to listen to the studio version. I don't know. But in any case, 8.2, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So, 8.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.